I'm going to reset this picture. So this was my before picture, and we're going to take this to a whole new way of doing this. So over here on this side, we have an adaptive color. What it's going to do is it's going to take a look at the entire background and brighten things up that need to be brightened up. I'm going to take this and I'm going to switch it over to 4:3, which is basically the new Instagram standard for stuff. I want to put these things right there on his eyes. Just tilt it just a little bit to line up with the verticals in the background. So what we got here is we got a dude that is like way too bright. So I've got a way of handling this a little bit. I've got a preset that I use, which I'm still developing it. So it's like it's going to take you, it's going to bump some colors and stuff. So it's just very, very, very mild. I'm going to do a brief vignette on this guy, but I'm also going to come in here and I'm going to select his facial skin, create a mask, and then I'm going to hit Option, which turns it into interconnect. Instead of add, subtract, it's going to be intersect. We're going to do a luminosity, and what we want is we want the brightest areas right there on his skin. Still selecting his entire face, so we're going to come over here and we're going to push the highlights all the way up until we get to a point where that's all we want to affect is just the really bright highlights. And now we can come down to the highlights section. We can drop the highlights down. That kind of balances out the skin quite a bit, right? So that's looking pretty good, right? Okay, so over on the far left side, there's this thing. I'm going to leave this on here so you can see what it's going to do. Over on the far left side, which is not on my screen, I'm sorry, but if you go to the very bottom, there's these things built in by Adobe called adaptive presets. And there's one of them that's down there. It's called Adaptive Portrait. And this one is an enhanced portrait. So let me zoom in here so you can kind of see what's going to happen when I hit it. So I'm going to go hit Enhanced Portrait. What it's going to do is it's going to texturize the skin a little bit, clean it up, balance it out a little bit more. So very cool. And see how it added the teeth, iris, and then it did some more facial skin. It did a whole nother facial mask here. We're going to take this facial mask right here, and we're going to actually, this was the one that was added in here, which does some texture and some clarity, but what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this one, or actually, you know what, I'm not going to duplicate it. I'm going to just create another mask for his face. That way it'll be less confusing for you for this next part. So then now we're in mask number 3, which is the entire face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to scroll down to where it says point color. It might be like this on yours. Your curves might be shut. I don't know what's shut over here, but you're looking for point color. You're going to grab this eyedropper and you're going to come over here and you're going to get a piece of skin that looks like the color that we want everything to be. So we're going to hit that. Now we're going to come over here to where it's called variance. And we're going to take the variance and we're going to shift it to the left. And you notice how all of his skin has totally balanced out? Yeah, pretty awesome, huh? So anyway, now we've got this entire thing set up. Now we can drop our exposure if you want a little bit. We can drop the highlights a little bit more if you want. We can push the shadows up if you want, just to bring out the darker areas of the skin. I always push the vibrance up a little bit. That's fun because of the jacket. It makes it glowing and all that other stuff. But anyway, yep, that's it. That's the one that I'm gonna use and I'm gonna submit and I'm gonna put in there. Want to make sure that his eyes are centered on this photo, but yeah, there we go. That's what I'm going to do. Hopefully that will help you.